Canva with RFM.
Welcome back to another video. This is Canva with RFM, and in this video I'll teach you about layout. Layout is really important, especially when you don't use a design, because you have to make your own layout. So let's choose something fun to make. I think always to make something for social media is quite fun, so we can make a animated social media post. Okay, so again, we can look at what the templates show for a layout. So this one has a lot of images and a bit of text. This one has a lot of elements and stickers and also a bit of text. This one has a bit of text and not too much elements. So one thing that we can notice here is it's not a lot of text. This, and you can really tell that there's barely any text. So then we need to again choose our information. Okay. So we could have a quote. We could have something like try not to become a person of success, but a person of value. Or I'd rather live in regret of failure than in regret of never trying. I think that one's a good one. Okay. So then add the information, like I said in the last video, if you haven't watched that yet. Regret of never trying. Now this also applies to graphic design, because if you never trying graphic design, you may think, oh, I'm bad at graphic design and I can't do graphic design and there's no point of me even trying to do graphic design. But if you try to do graphic design, you can probably keep on failing and your designs are going to look like a mess and a bomb and have no layout, which we're going to look at today. So that's really important. So always try to try and don't just never try. Okay, so we have quite a bit of text. It's not very long. It is a bit longer, I think, than some of the ones on the templates, but some do have that amount of text like this one. Okay, now another thing about social media posts is they're supposed to get your attention. That's the whole thing, is that they get your attention. Also a poster, also an advertisement, all of these are supposed to get your attention, when other things like a postcard maybe, it doesn't really get your attention because you're anyway going to receive it in the post and most people are going to read it, except for if you get like a billion posts. Okay, so you want to have things that make it pop. So that's another thing. It's kind of with layout, it's you have to choose the things that fit so that your layout matches. Okay, so always look at the template. So for social media, it looks like most people have a simple one color background or something like a gradient, and then a lot of stuff on top of that. So we can do that. Now you may say this is copying and it's boring, but sometimes you have to copy but also add your own twist to it, because if you totally change it, it's not anymore that nice. And you've created something totally different that no one might like, and it might not grab anyone's attention. So that's why the best is to copy, but totally put your twist on it. So you can even look at all of these. They all have their own twist on it. Whoops. Okay, so we could add an element or an image. I think we could even add both. So we're gonna add both. So this is a motivational quote, so we can put in like a mountain. It's like reach the limits. So no, we don't want it there. We want like an element, a kind of frame. So we could have like this one, and then look where everyone else is around, put it. So most people have put it, this one has kind of put it in the middle, in the middle, in the middle on one side. Then choose which one you like the most. I actually like the one on the side more. So I could have this coming like out on the side, like that, and then this going down or something like that. We can change the text later. Then take your image, whatever it is, and put it in there. And that's then great. Okay, now in this one, she has the text at the bottom. I want to have the text more at the top. Oops, keep on pressing on it. Okay, then we want to add some elements. So we could add some kind of gradient because we want to make it eye-catching, and we could add gradients to do that. So we could like highlight with this gradient like this, and then arrange, send to back. We could do that. And then we could also do that with never trying, but with a different gradient. One thing is experimenting, so always trying new things. Now we could move this a bit more up so that it aligns better. And I think that looks quite cool. Now we also want to have here something. We never ever want to leave anything plain. And now there's another feature I'm going to use, which I didn't show you guys that much in one of my videos in the intermediate course. So I can show you now. So we can search mountain. Okay, and then choose something like this. Okay, bring it bigger. Okay, and make everything the same color as the background. Then go and change it just a little bit, so you could have something like that. Now I don't like the gradients then as much anymore because I think they need a different color. So we could just move that away. And we could have this brighter color. Oh no, this one. Yeah. We could have something like a blue on the other side. And then we could actually crop it. Always try to be as creative as possible because that's the fun bit about graphic design. Whoops. There we go. Okay. sometimes there's so many elements, it's a bit hard to move around. Okay. Then put this arrange center front. Now that's all the way at the front. If you like this, then you can have something like this. I actually don't like it yet, which is again fine. Then I'll try something else. I think the font is maybe a bit too boring. So we can press on here and have something like handwriting. I think that makes it a bit more inspirational, I have the feeling. Oh, I like this one way better. There's something about the mountain image that is not going right. So what I mean by layout, if you didn't quite understand it, because layout is really important and sometimes a bit confusing to understand. So that's why I'm saying it again. Layout is about the way you lay your things out, of course, and then it's if you have too many things, your layout is a mess. Or if you don't have enough things, like when this was gone, then it doesn't look good enough. Then the text should be in the middle. And that's exactly what I mean. If you put the text at the top, you have the layout, the text is at the top, which means something has to be at the bottom. If it's an element, if it's an image, whatever it is. If the text is on the side, then you need something on the other side. And you always have to do that when you're doing any design actually. And a good thing is don't always put the text at the top, because we could now just duplicate this and I could show you something. We could have exactly the same thing. Could have this stretched out at the top like so many things. We could have this as the background. No, wait. And we could have something like this, now a bit more editing and so on. Now, I'm not saying that something like this around isn't pretty. Now, this would obviously need a lot more editing. But what I mean is the layout is the text is at the top, something is at the bottom. And that layout is fine, but it's become such a known layout that every single design that looks like that is really boring. So especially things like presentations. If we go here and we press presentation, most presentations on PowerPoint and stuff, if you look at the templates, all of the templates have text at the top in the center or sometimes in the middle. This is like halfway out at the top. This one's on the side in the middle. This one's at the bottom. That's another thing about Canva. They really have different layouts and everything. So try to look at layouts and understand them. If you look here, almost none of the layouts are at the top, the text. Because if you have the text at the top, you don't focus at the top. You focus in the middle of the design. I think that's a big problem. Some people immediately look at design and they look in the middle, which is normal because you wouldn't center on a certain corner or certain place. You just look at the center. But when you have the text at the top, and you look at the center, you may not even know what this is talking about. Now in this one, we made it quite clear. It's about something about a mountain, and then the quote is clearly there. And if I look in the center, here's about the center. All of these are here. All of them. They're very close to the center. So that's another great thing. Try not to always put the text at the top, then an image, element, or whatever, because that design is way too basic. And when you're designing, a huge part is that you have your own twist on it. And that still is okay to use designs, because you could take any design and put your own twist on it and no one would even notice that it was the same design. So really focus and don't always put the text at the top. And also in your designs, if you always put the text on the side like this, then your designs are also going to get boring. So always put your text in different places. We could also split the text, something like this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understood how you should have a different layout in your designs and understand where text should be. And text doesn't have to be in one place. Elements don't have to be in one place. Elements can be floating at the top. Elements can be at the bottom, in one corner, whatever. Images as well. Anything really can be anywhere. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Want to receive a newsletter every week containing free customizable templates? Then head over to my website, which you can find in the description down below. To check out other intermediate videos, press on the top left, and to review Canva features videos, press on the top right. See you next time. Bye!